Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 9 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone had a great day, safe day. Make sure you get out there and vote, folks. Let's take a look at one of our 4 agreements. Create new agreements based on respect and love. Take the responsibility to make new agreements with those you love. If an agreement doesn't work, change the agreement and create a new one. Use your imagination to explore all the possibilities. That's a dynamite card, folks, because it's up to you and I. Agreement doesn't work? Change it. Make it happen. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow Industrials up 133, Nasdaq up 12, S&P's up 11, gold contract up 33 bucks, trading at 1,716 an ounce. Now, gold had a nice run up there, but guess what, folks? It's still an ABC down. We did 166,000 contracts on the way up. We did 225 on the way down. Complex ABC structure on the way down. I do expect you're going to see another 10 bucks higher in gold before we flip the other side. Silver, up 88 cents at 32.01. Platinum traded at 1,553 an ounce. Copper up 4 pennies at 351 a pound. Light sweet crude. Same setup in the light sweet crude. Big move today, up 279 a barrel or at 88.44. Same setup. Complex ABC structure on the way down. You went up with less volume on the way down. You're still at that B point. Bonds. Bonds pulled back 31 ticks. We're at 148.09. Now, what we did yesterday is this. Yesterday, you came up to the highs of the consolidation. I only had 225,000 contracts. That's not enough to break topside. What happens today? You pull back. Folks, we pull back with dramatically lighter volume. Bonds want to go to 147. They're pulling back. They're still building cause for higher price. King dollar. This is wild. Okay, so the commodities went, all the commodities, folks, went up. King dollar only pulled back 12 ticks at 80.71. King dollar doesn't want to pull back. What I do expect you'll see a pullback 71 ticks tomorrow. Why? Because the S&P wants to go higher. That's it, though. This is a B to C of an ABC structure on the way down. Euro. Euro is at 128.14, and the yen is trading out there at 80.37. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. One that's going on in your world. Now, in the world of the S&Ps, what we have is this. The cash S&P, folks, the first leg down went from 1474 to 1403. We're at 1428. I expect what you're going to see here is you're going to see this baby run into the 1440 to 1444 level. That's where it wants to get up into. We got to 1433.28 today. I suspect you're going to see that get into that bar tomorrow. Now, how we get into that bar is the big number. This is why. You still have no juice. It's 672 million coming into it. You get into that bar and you do the same amount of volume. That's where the flip is going to come in the marketplace. That's on your S&P. Dow Industrials, the same setup in the Dow. What we have at the Dow is this. We're at 13,245. That Dow can get up to about the 13,350. No big deal. And how we get into the bar is going to say everything. Now, deviance, baby. The Nasdaq Composite. The Composite, folks, couldn't move today. You're up 12 bucks. You're up 0.4%, but no movement. But guess what? The Composite, folks, did 1.7 billion shares. Now, what that's saying is that you're getting a little juice inside the Composite. What that's also telling me is that the Composite came down the most, by the way, too, you know. We came down from a price point of $31.95 straight down to this $29.61. Composite wants to move. And what that's going to be all about, folks, more than likely is you're going to see a dead cat bounce in Apple. You know, Apple still is the NDX 100, still is the Composite. Apple couldn't get out of its way, still can't get out of its way, but this is what we did with Apple today. Apple down 172, traded as high as 590, couldn't handle the price. But guess what? When it couldn't handle the price, what it was really doing was coming back into the lower price of Friday. And it did that with 13 million versus 21 million. And when you come down $120 straight, folks, okay, you're going to do some kind of a dead cat. I suspect that dead cat can actually get up to about 623. Then that is going to be the B to the C point of a much larger ABC structure on the way down. And if you, depending on how long you've been listening to me, folks, if you understand the ABC structures, you got my book, The Art of Time in the Trade, I appreciate it. Thank you. If you don't, folks, and you want to understand them, just go over to Amazon and get The Art of Time in the Trade, the Ultimate Trading Mastery System. It's explained very well inside there. Now, bonds. Let's go over to the bond market and take a look at the bond market. What we have with bonds is this. We pulled back with 282,000 contracts. You're still in a consolidation. Couldn't break topside. Not enough juice topside. Well, you know what? We don't have enough juice down the bottom. That's saying the consolidation is still on. That consolidation can bring us down to 147. The dollar, it's all about the dollar and continues to be about the dollar. The dollar index right now, folks, didn't move today. You did 24,000 contracts and backed off 128 ticks. The dollar can basically, you know, when we broke topside, we did it with 28,000 contracts. Dollar can back down. It can get into like 80.00, 79.50. As long as that's doing that with lighter volume, that is setting up a much larger run up into the 82 to 84 area. That's how this whole thing is set up right now. We go over to take a look at the euro. What you have with the euro is that the euro is trading at 128 right now. The euro broke the B point, broke it with volume, and you know what you are going to see is that let's see what the Greece is going to be back in the boilerplate again. Greece headed for a cliffhanger vote on austerity measures needed to keep a bailout on track as a 48-hour strike began. The European Union, folks, is the thing that you're going to see. Number one, that the euro wants to go dramatically lower. As the euro goes dramatically lower, the dollar wants to go dramatically higher. What does that do to the markets? Well, that puts a hammering on the markets. There's no two ways about that. Some of our high-volume stocks today in a low-volume market, this is what you had out here. We had Express Scripts, so that gets smoked. Toasted and roasted. That was down 773. Don't touch that stock, folks. That hit a high-volume low with more volume than the last time it hit it. Let's go over to News Corporation, actually. News Corporation just come out with numbers. So NWSA, that closed at 24.28. That is trading right now at 24.85, up 60 cents. Let's see what they have to say. So they just... Okay, they had a $67 million charge on News of the World. Well, that's quite a charge. Their film revenue is $1.75 billion. They bought back $5.8 billion in shares. Oh, man. You talk about throwing cash off. They're throwing big cash off. The total revenue is $8.15 billion. So at 24.28, she's still at highs. And she's got plenty of support, by the way, at that 22.73 area. Rackspace, RAX, they didn't basically hit their numbers. That closed at 66, trading at 65.80. Not the end of the world for them. But Rackspace, what you do have, last time it had any volume was down there at a price point of 57. She'll be making her way down to that 57 area. That's how that is set up at this particular point. Some of the large caps, let's go over and take a look at Caterpillar. What we had with Caterpillar, she is up $1.31 today, and she had 7 million shares traded. That is not enough. No way. Let's bring this back a little. You're going to see in the marketplace, folks, there are many ABC structures on the way down. And the correlation is that you've come off the first leg and you've come off really hard like Caterpillar has. Caterpillar wants to make its way back to the $67 area, and we're at 88 right now. So she came down off the highs of 116, came down good, and you know what? She can't get out of her way on the way back up. Let's go take a look at Occidental. Occidental today was up $1.75, and same setup. Wild. Okay, so we take a look at Occidental. She's making her way. Okay, so she has a high volume low of October of 011. See, the October 011, many of these equities actually have already come down there and tested these out, folks. She's going to get to the bottom of this, too. Pretty amazing. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there, folks. We're coming right back. We had the Dow finish up 133. NASDAQ up 12. S&P's up 11. We're going to be right back.
With the launch of Tiger TV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Ken Shreve, David White, Larry Pesavento, Victor Jones, or Daryl Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing. Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
Let me tell you something, folks. I have people coming up to me saying, I just can't believe the amount of work that Steve does on his newsletter. And I says, I absolutely agree.
That is a recent clip from the Money Masters show that Tom and I do each day at TFNN. My newsletter service, Mastering Probability, is much, much more than a newsletter. Yes, it's outperformed the S&P 500 by 100% during the last 15 months. But more importantly, it's an extraordinary education, a roadmap for your success. And it's yours risk-free for the next 30 days. Just go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, and then Mastering Probability, because everyone needs a success strategy. For most, it's a competitive edge, the will to win, the drive to overcome any obstacle. Whatever you call it, winners find a way. Find your way to Mastering Probability today, because your journey to extraordinary rewards is just one click away.
Daryl Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Daryl Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Wealth Management. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportions of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what an asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Wealth Management financial advisor can do for you. Call Angela O'Brien, First Vice President and Financial Planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Wealth Management, LLC. Member SIPC.
This segment is brought to you by Goldfields. For more information, just click the Goldfields banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We had the Dow finish up 133, NASDAQ up 12, S&P's up 11, as we do each and every Tuesday at 20 past the second hour. We have our man, Mr. Ken Shreve. Ken, folks, has an outstanding newsletter. It's Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Now, you can test drive this 30 days, absolutely free. The way you do that is you come over to our website at TFNN. You'll see newsletters in the very top. You hit newsletters, you hit investment newsletters, and you'll see Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. 30 days absolutely free. And, of course, don't forget, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, he has his Market Minute. It's a video, folks, goes through the market for you. That's always right on the front page. And, of course, each and every trading day, 3 to 4 Eastern Standard Time, you can listen to Kenny as his own radio show. Now, you can listen to that show, folks, anywhere in the world. The easiest way to do it is on your cell phone, in your browser, put TFNN.MOBI. It streams immediately. We get 9 hours of live content every trading day. We take that content and replay it, so you can actually hear us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Ken Shreve, what's going on?
Hey, everything's good, Tom. I don't know if it's me, but it seems like it's been a little while since we've chatted. I don't know.
It is,
Have you been,
man.
You been a road warrior? Or
I
what's,
know. That's a fact, man. I appreciate you doing the programs, no doubt. I mean, you know what's amazing is that time is just, one of those things you just got to catch, man. And, it just keeps moving, man.
I hear you. I hear you. So, everything good?
Yes. Yes, thank you.
Good deal.
No doubt. So, what are we looking at out here today?
Oh, well, we'll talk about the broad market. We are, let's see, for the NASDAQ Composite and the S&P 500, we are 6 days into a rally attempt.
Okay.
NASDAQ, NASDAQ just kind of, it was such a bearish day for the market last Friday. I mean, the NASDAQ reverses, closes near its session low.
Right.
So many stocks just got handled. But so NASDAQ, closes higher Monday, closes higher again today, finding support so far at its 200-day moving average. But the 50-day line at 3086. 3086 thereabouts.
Yeah, I see it.
Could be a little bit of a resistance level here. So now, if you look at the S&P 500, closed today at 1428. It only has about 7 points to go to get to its 50-day moving average. So I talk a lot on my show about how support levels can often turn into resistance. And, if you look at if you pull up a chart, but look at Express Scripts ESRX that just got hammered today, and if you look at a chart of ESRX with the 50-day moving average, you'll see that it broke below the 50-day, and then it just started to live underneath it, and it couldn't get back above the 50-day line, and then the bottom just fell out when
look at that.
It was.
And if you're in your car, folks, this is dramatic too. As Ken says, it's not living, it's not hibernating. And now this is pretty wild. This is something to pay attention to. I mean, it went under that 50-day moving average, folks, on October 23rd. It lived under it, and then all of a sudden just blew away, 7 trading days later.
Yeah, and this is, many people view Express Scripts as a high quality name among the pharmacy benefits management providers. But when you're a company and you say that earnings estimates for 2013 by the analyst community are overly aggressive, that's probably going to bring some sellers into the stock.
No, I saw that come across, and man, that was like big problems.
So anyway, so we'll see. We'll see where the market goes from here. I went out and voted today, and it'll be kind of interesting to see how the election, plays out. It seems like it's close. I'm not sure it's a slam dunk for Mr. Obama, but we'll see how the market reacts to it tomorrow. But I'm in a position again, just looking for a buy signal, looking for a sign of strength.
Yes.
6 days into a rally attempt for the NASDAQ and the S&P 500, and just 2 days into a rally attempt for the Dow, because yesterday it hit an intraday low that actually undercut the low set a few days back. So we're just 2 days into a rally attempt for the Dow, and looking for that sign of strength. Until we see one, I think it's still a pretty risky environment out there for sure.
Yeah. Well, what's interesting, Ken, is that in the NASDAQ Composite today, right? I mean, my take is this is a B to a C of an ABC down, okay? But in the Composite, this is where the deviance comes in. Is that we had an expansion of volume. And it's like, okay, the composite got killed. It's like, okay, you want to move now. So it's going to be interesting. Most of the time, this is what happens, folks. When you get an expansion of volume after a downdraft like this, and you don't get any movement, you see big movement. That's what I've seen. And that's what the deviance is. So it's like, okay, you want to move on up there to like the, 3,100, which it can, so...
Well, and again, the 50-day moving average is at 30.86, so it's not far from that 3,100 level.
Okay.
And so it's kind of again that it could be.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Yeah. So that would be the resistance right at the top.
Just underneath
30.86. Right.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So anyway, so we'll see what happens, and we know, at least we know one thing, that a pretty significant layer of uncertainty will be cleared away from the market.
Exactly.
By tomorrow morning, and we'll see what happens. But taking a look at some earnings reports after the close today, Rackspace Hosting, real high quality cloud computing.
Yes.
Service company RAX. Not a whole lot of movement in after hours at last check. I think it was only down about 25 cents, 50 cents. But a stock that had been acting very well ahead of earnings. And then Middleby. Middleby, M-I-D-D?
I was listening to your show. I know those turbo chefs, but I didn't know the stock. This is pretty cool.
Yeah. They make big industrial restaurant equipment, convection ovens, steamers. The turbo chefs. I got ball playing kids that love to go to Subway after games. And every time I go into a Subway, I see the turbo chef there. And I remember when those things hit the market. Boy, that was it's just like the fastest heating oven ever.
And that's crucial for restaurants, big time.
So I haven't had a chance to look at Middleby's numbers. I didn't really see much action in after hour, but this is actually a company with a pretty good track record of growth. There were some pretty big sellers in the stock Friday and Monday, and today wasn't actually that great a session, but it's one of those stocks that's still able to hold above its 50-day moving average during a lot of market tumult, I guess you can say.
It looks like they haven't come out yet, I guess.
Oh, okay.
That's what's interesting about this one though is that you definitely have a lot of the insiders are selling too, so it'll be interesting to see how that moves out.
Well, and this is, again, I'm going to just Friday very bearish, Monday very bearish, and today it hits a high of 123.70 and closes all the way down near its low. So there are, some sellers in that stock, but anyway, I thought they would have reported by now. But I'll tell you, one of the most counterintuitive moves, though. I don't know if you saw or if you heard on the show. I was talking about Thor Industries, THO, and they make recreational vehicles, big RVs, and they also do small and medium-sized buses, but they get the majority of their revenue from RVs.
Okay.
And this company, they're reporting earnings in late November, and they came out today and they announced preliminary revenues for the third quarter, and it was something like $140 million above the consensus estimate. So THO had a monster day today, and it just seems like, I don't know, demand for RVs in this type of economy, these are not cheap vehicles, So big move for Thor, and DW, Drew Industries, makes components for RVs, and that's a solid.
I'll tell you, man, the concept for here, right? That's all the old baby boomers that they have all this cash, and they're saying, "Hey, I'm gonna spend it now, man."
That's got to be it.
It's wild, isn't it?
Big demand, though, man. This company is firing on all cylinders.
Listen, folks, come over to our website, TFNN. Test drive Ken's newsletter, 30 days right now. Have a great one, Ken.
All right, Tom. Thanks.
If you're an investor looking for a great weekly investment newsletter, then now is the perfect time to try out Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Every Tuesday, Ken breaks down multiple sectors in his weekly newsletter, Ultimate Growth Stocks, with a full in-depth report including specific trading recommendations within his model portfolio, charts, sector analysis, upcoming economic data, along with intra-week trading updates on newsletter positions whenever the market dictates. Right now, you can receive a full month, that's 30 days, to evaluate Ken's newsletter free of charge to see if it fits your trading plan. At less than $75 per month, Ken provides you with his expert trading advice that can pay for itself in no time. Take advantage of this great offer by signing up for a 30-day free trial to Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks today. Don't let this offer pass you by. Visit the front page of TFNN.com and sign up now.
Millionaires are made every day. The fact is, living your dreams is possible. Someone, somewhere is going to get rich. My recommendation is, let that be you. Each day, someone is making the decision to better themselves and creating a plan to fulfill their financial dreams. Let that be you. The key to turning dreams into reality is to take massive action. Let that be you. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of the Money Master Show with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN, and I can help you with your journey to great wealth. I'll show you how to create the ultimate financial edge, a set of tools, insights, and strategies that are part of my daily newsletter service, Mastering Probability. You'll have direct access to me by phone, email, and my private library of trading and investing secrets for 30 days with an unconditional money-back guarantee. I'll take your trading to the next level. Click on my name, Steve Rhodes, on the homepage at TFNN.com and turn your dreams into reality. Mastering Probability, folks. Let that be you.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to TFNN.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investments, and whether you're bullish or bearish on U.S. Treasuries, the ETFs from Direction Shares are there to help you magnify your perspective. Bull ETFs for a rising market and bear ETFs for a falling market. Direction Shares gives you the tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the Rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to TFNN.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We had the Dow finish up 133, NASDAQ up 12, S&P's up 11. Let's go to Ari in Arcadia, Florida. Hey, Ari, what's going on?
Hi, Tom.
How you doing, man?
It's beautiful here in Arcadia.
Yeah, we get the weather happening. There's no doubt about it. You know, the fall was here, and the fall in Florida, folks, is like 75 until April. So it's beautiful, no doubt. What are we going to look at today?
Yeah, I'd like to short RGLD as it goes up now.
Let's take a look. You get the Royal Gold, folks, RGLD. The low is $57. The high is $100. Okay, so this equity, folks, you know, strong equity, no doubt. You know, when you take a look at the equity, it is at 87. It does want to go down to 77. I suspect you're going to get a bounce up until you're at 87. The short position would be once this gets into the 92 area, Ari. And I suspect you're going to get that the next couple of days. The reason being is that the commodities want to go higher right now. The dollar wants to go slightly lower. The S&Ps want to go higher, and this is a dead cat bounce. Now, your parameter goes like this. Today we did 679,000 shares, okay? We go higher. What you'd love to see is that even though we came down on 3.3 million, you'd like to see that get tested with about 1.2, 1.3 million. You get that tested with that area, that will be the trade. Because this is a very large ABC down. Your A point on this, folks, is 100. Your B point is 84. So you get $16 on the ABC down, which, you know, I suspect will bring it into this 75.30 area. I don't know, hold on. 77.57. Where I'm going with that is the June 4th date, Ari. That's where that wants to trade into.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, man?
Appreciate it.
Okay, have a great one. Have a safe one. What you have here, folks, is this. So watch what happens. When you have this is a false break topside. And when you get a false break topside, as soon as you back inside the range again, okay, that's when the equity gets in trouble. So watch how this shakes out. This was in a consolidation going all the way back to July of 2011. We break topside. And when you broke topside, you did it on a weekly basis with 4 million shares versus 16 million. Now, what ends up happening at that point? Well, we went from a price point of $80 all the way up to 100. So you went up another 25%, right? Then what ends up happening? So now we make a high. And this is where it's a bummer for our GLD because this was one of the strongest performing equities out there. Now it's going to have a monster pullback. Why, folks? Because you made a high with 3.3 million shares, and guess what? Then you come off the high the following week with 6.4 million and 6.7 million. We just went up. I tried to go up last week with 2.9. No action. That's the first leg down. Now, as soon as you get back inside 83, 87, it's big trouble. Why? Because you had your break topside. It gets back inside there. It confirms it was a false break topside. Two different things end up happening. It will finish the ABC structure on the way down first, which is only the 77. The bigger issue is that if you come back inside there with volume, guess what? What opens wide up is that it blows by 77, blows by 73, and goes after the swing low out there. That's approximately 60 bucks. That's how that is set up at this particular point. So there's and all of these, if we take a look, hey, if you want to see, this is pretty cool, folks. You want to see something cool. So Barrick Gold, folks, you know, used to be the largest gold company in the world. I mean, for years, too, for years. Well, Barrick Gold right now is at $35.55. Barrick Gold, you know, we bring this back, what you're going to see. This is trading at the same price it was trading at in 2007. Check that out. You can see the correlation inside the mining business right now, how important it is to understand how this business runs. And what you have is that Barrick's, the costs are way too high, even with gold with $1,700. You're at 2007. Now let me show you something. You know what overtook all the markets, folks? And this is just amazing. The largest gold company now, by market cap, is Gold Corp. Gold Corp is at 44 bucks, and we bring this back, and if you want to see something, Rob McEwen just must love this because, you know, Rob started that company, and it was a small company. And then, of course, you know, it goes topside. Bottom line is that, you know, when we talk about where it is in correlation of the past, well, this is still at 2008. But what Gold Corp did do on a market capitalization point is overtook Barrick, which Barrick must be pulling their hair out. I mean, big time. Tomorrow morning on the Money Masters, this program Steve and I do, we're going to keep you, you talk about updated, it's going to be about as good as you can get. Harmony Gold is going to be coming out with its numbers in the morning. The CEO of Harmony Gold, guess what, is going to be coming right on TFNN with those numbers. At 10:20 a.m., Graham Briggs is going to be on. He's going to run us through these numbers. Now, what's going to be great, no doubt, is that, of course, in South Africa, they've had huge union problems. They're all back to work right now, but it's going to be great. He'll run us down on exactly what's going on in South Africa, in the gold business, and in particular in Harmony. I can tell you flat out that my take is that they're going to come out with some good numbers, even with the aspect of the stoppage in gold. Why, folks? Because the rand dollar. See, the rand dollar runs opposite of the U.S. dollar. The rand dollar right now is at 8.62. This rand dollar looks to me that it's not only going to stay up at these levels. I suspect that we're on a whole new floor now. And the reason being is that we've built cars for almost a year at a higher level. See, the rand dollar, folks, spiked higher in 2001, spiked higher in 2007. Both of those instances, you did build cars for 5 or 6 months, but not a full year. In fact, it's about a year and a half that we built cars. Well, when it broke over the 8.40, that's saying that, hey, we can make a whole new floor between 8 and 10. A floor between 8 and 10 has the aspect of making the South Africans probably the most money in the gold business. The reason being is this, is they have so many employees. Goldfields has 46,000 employees. Harmony, I think, has 26,000. Oh, 35,000, okay? So you're talking about their expenses are in rand dollars. They get paid in U.S. cash. That's how all gold companies get done. Now, another heads up is going to be Australia, and this is why. Australia, the dollar right now is at 104. Now, if we take this baby, we start looking at the Australian dollar. It's the same correlation, too, by the way. The Australian dollar looks to me vulnerable to get weaker. And if it does, that's exactly what is needed in the aspect of the miners in Australia. Because if we've seen anything, you've seen the aspect that gold is trading out at 1,700, and these miners, many of them are trading back at 2007, 2008 levels. That absolutely, you can see. So what that is all about is that their expense is way too much versus what the price of gold is. The correlation of in fact, let's go look at the Canadian dollar, because the Canadian dollar, the Canadian dollar is going to work too. This is what you have. And that's why the Canadian miners, the Canadian miners, that would be like a field day. The Canadian miners also haven't been able to perform because no one was thinking. Let me tell you something too, folks. In 2005, 2006, no one in that mining business was thinking about the correlation that because they're all just thinking about the U.S. dollar going down. They weren't thinking about the correlation of their own expenses. And it's so wild. So you got to remember something, that stay into your own business, into your own head. Because when I think about how many people I interviewed, the correlation was always the dollar's going down, we're going to make fortunes. Well, guess what? No one was thinking about the dollar going, their own currencies going up. Now, we get our head wrapped around the currencies in a big way because, and I learned this, we were really lucky, and the reason we were lucky is that if you remember, Harmony has been an advertiser, I think, since 2002, the first time. And they basically taught me that it wasn't so much the price of gold per ounce. It was the price of gold per kilogram in rand dollars. And that's when I really started figuring out, I said, oh, this is interesting. Because the correlation is absolutely what you have to pay your expenses in versus what everyone gets paid for their cash value. And that's how it shakes out. So, my larger take on this is that South African equities are where it's at in this leg. Why? Because this is a B to a C. S&P, the whole ball of wax, of an ABC down. Why? Because the dollar is doing an ABC up. The dollar does an ABC up. Guess what? Gold can get cheaper, and the South Africans are still worth more money. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there, folks. We'll come right back.
You've heard Tom O'Brien on the air, and you've seen him on Tiger TV, as well as being featured as a regular CNBC guest and contributor, and now you can have access to his expert trading advice each morning through his daily trading newsletter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, gives traders, investors, and money managers a thorough strategy for trading stocks, options, and indices every market day. Market Insights comes out each market day before 9:30 a.m. and provides traders with Tom's daily commentary, opinion, and specific trade recommendations on the markets. Using advanced Fibonacci methods, volume indicators, Gartley patterns, candlestick charting, gaps, and market timing, Market Insights will give you specific trade recommendations including entry, stop, and exit prices. The summer is over and traders are back. Get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Recently, Basil Chapman has had some outstanding trades in his newsletter, The Opening Call. Each morning by 9 a.m., Basil uploads his newsletter to the TFNN servers so that his subscribers can access his expert trading advice. Basil gives his take on the direction of key indices and updates any active trades that his subscribers are currently in. Just recently, Basil's subscribers closed out a short position in Chipotle Mexican Grill, CMG, for more than an $86 profit per share, over a 20% gain in just one position. If you'd like to check out Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, then visit the front page of TFNN.com and click Trading Newsletters. There you'll find Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, where you can request a free sample copy. Also, don't miss Basil's program, The Tiger Technicians Hour, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, on TFNN.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650, but you get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
And very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, Did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted at was less than you guys said, so, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange, It's the only call you need to make.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We had the Dow Industrials finish up 133, NASDAQ up 12, S&P's up 11. Folks, if you do have an interest in the real estate business, I opened a real estate fund. It's the Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund. If you'd like to find out about it and you're an accredited investor, come over to our website at TFNN. You'll see there's a white paper right under breaking news. You can read the paper. Of course, everyone can read the paper. You can check it out. You can also hit the banner to the website, the Tiger Real Estate Opportunity website. If you happen to be in California, I'm going to be doing a presentation, a dinner presentation in San Jose at the San Jose Hilton. That's going to be on November 15th. That's going to be an evening presentation. I'm going to be in Denver, Colorado, doing a lunch presentation on November 17th. So it's November 15th in San Jose, California, November 17th in Denver, Colorado. You can email us at tigerfund@tfnn.com for more information. Now, market-wise, what do we have out here? Okay. So we had the FTSE, folks, close at its highs with a little volume. The DAX did the same thing. So what you're going to see tomorrow morning is this. You're going to see both of those going after their highs. And by the way, they both have high volume highs, which we don't have in the United States, but they have them. So what can you get out of that? Well, we're going to get a huge amount out of it. This is what it is. When you spike into a high, if you spike into that high, number one, of course, with volume, well, that's real. You spike into the high and it doesn't have the volume, but you have wide price spread, hey, baby, that's going higher. You spike into a high without the volume, and it just spikes it and then pulls back underneath it. That's a huge heads up. Now, that heads up that you're going to have, folks, is a 4-hour heads up. So don't forget, we start live programming at 9 a.m. Eastern time. You know, you can check out our man, Mr. Steve Rhodes. He kicks us off. So no matter where you are, you know, bottom line, 9 o'clock in the morning, Eastern time, on your cell phone, just put tfnn.mobi in that browser, and you're going to hear it. Okay, so those are the two indices over in Europe that are going to be important. Tonight in Asia, what we have is that the way the Hang Seng is set up right now, it wants to go higher. That's going to give us another clue, no doubt, tonight. And this is what it is. Now, the Hang Seng itself is at a nice expansion up. And, you know, does it want to go test the high again? Yes, it does. That high happens to be 22.1. Yeah, it's 22.149. That's 300 points higher. We're at 21.940 right now. It's 22.149. The keys tonight, because what you are going to see is this: is that, you know, whether it's 7, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, the futures are going to get volatile. No two ways about that. My take is that no matter which way this race goes, what you're going to have is a higher market on a shorter term basis. And the number that I'm looking for, folks, is the 1440 to 1444 S&P cash number. And just so you can understand where I'm getting that from, is that we come off the highs at 1475, and we broke down with volume. Well, the first time that we came down with volume was on the 25th of September. The low of that is 1441. That's the first one. The next time that we came down off the high again with volume was October 9th. Well, what happened there is this. The high is the 1455, the low is 1441. Same setup, okay? The last part of that is how we came down on the 19th of October. That high point is the 1457, the low is the 1424, and where the 1445 is coming in, it's just the middle of that, where we did trade the 27th, 28th of September. So that's the way it seems to be set up right now. How we get into that, by the way, will absolutely tell us, does this want to go to the highs, or is that going to be the correlation and the turn at that correlation? Your volume characteristic is going to be like this. See, what we did out here today is that we did 672 million in the Dow. we came down, when we came down, we were coming down at 900 million. So the correlation for a high probability that you're going to turn ASAP is anything under 672. The correlation that you're going to turn is under 900. But if we get close to 850 or something, that's saying, guess what? It's going to go for those highs. That's on the Dow. We go to the NASDAQ and we look at the NASDAQ. What you have in the NASDAQ is this. The NASDAQ, today we did 1.75 billion. That is an expansion of volume coming into a downdraft. The NASDAQ, we did 2.2 billion on the way down. You get an expansion if we do anything under 1.78, and I think we're going to go about 50 points higher in the NASDAQ composite. That is saying, hey, that's it. That's the end of the B to C point of a larger ABC down. You get an expansion, and that expansion brings you up to 1.92 billion. Then it's like, guess what? You're getting into higher price. Put that together with the dollar. The dollar is only at 8.71. And if the dollar does not back off, now what you do with this is if the dollar wouldn't back off today, the dollar's still not backing off, you get up to those numbers, it has lighter volume, you get a rejection of price, then you put the bond into it, bond lower, has only 225,000 contracts, that's it. That's the end of the B to C of a larger ABC structure on the way down. So it's really cool, the different parameters that we have with all of these different vehicles. That what you want, folks, is in order to basically take action, you want them in sync and in harmony. And when I say in sync and harmony, it doesn't mean markets going up or down. It means that the correlations are correct. And the correlations being correct is that if the bond is pulling back, the dollar's pulling back, both of them slightly, you get a rejection of price at the highs. Guess what? That's an ABC down. Now let me give you the bull side. The bull side would be that you turn around and the S&P is going higher. It has volume behind the move. And as that's happening, the dollar goes lower with what? With volume expanding. The bond goes lower with what? With volume expanding. That'll be saying, guess what? Game is that we're going to go after those highs. So there's a lot of, the correlations are out there. And, of course, make sure that you keep your eye on Europe. Why? Because Europe's going to give us the heads up by about 4 hours as to what our markets want to do. And, Apple is all still about the NDX 100. The way Apple came down, folks, Apple wants a dead cat bounce. Apple came down $120 nonstop. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. And whatever you want in life, folks, visualize it just like a nice big motion picture. Step into it, take ownership of it, and fly with it. Thanks for being here, folks. You have a great night, safe night. Look forward to speaking right here tomorrow night. Wow! Go get them, folks.